Tomorrow I'm leaving the Philippines and I'm going back to the United States. Some experienced beekeepers are going to call me crazy. I'm getting some more weight here. Weight is good. Oh, there's our queen. There's the queen right there. She's on saying adios, see you in 2 months, good luck.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella shit.
Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Brent. This is Beekeeping in Paradise. Welcome back. Tomorrow I'm leaving the Philippines and I'm going back to the United States. I'm not done. I should be back here in August. So I'm only going to be gone for about 2 months. And when I get back, I think these hives are going to be ready to harvest again. So we should be having another harvest video right after I get back. But now I have preparation work to do, and quite a bit of it. Like I said, I'm actually leaving tomorrow. So today is an important day. I have to go through both of these colonies, and I have to examine and inspect every single frame all the way from top to bottom. And as you can see, there's a lot of frames in there. I've got straps that holding these boxes down. I've got one set of ratchet straps going around the belly of the hive, holding all of my boxes together top to bottom, and I've got this one here going from post to post, holding my boxes up tight to the handrail or the terrace. I did this because this last week Super Typhoon Mawar, I think they called it Betty here in the Philippines, came through from making a direct hit on Guam, and it went north to northern Luzon. But we didn't get any of the effects of it other than some heavy rain and 1 or 2 days where it was pretty windy. And I was just worried because my boxes are getting tall, and because they're narrow. I only use 5-frame equipment, and that 5-frame equipment is getting very tall now. I was worried about them tipping over. So I've got them strapped in 2 different directions to keep them stable, and I'm going to leave them like this the entire duration for my absence. But what I need to do, my biggest concern while I'm gone, is not about the hives tipping over. My biggest concern is about the hives swarming. There's a limited amount of space in here, even though it's, more than 4 feet tall. There's a limited amount of space, and even though the bees are not currently crowded, if they continue to build up, they could get crowded by the time I get back. And one thing I can tell you is that crowded bees will swarm. That's actually a technique that we beekeepers use in order to induce swarming so that we can make splits that much easier. And splitting the bees is what I want to do, but not until I get back in August. I'll be forced to do it today if I go through here and find queen cells. If they're already feeling crowded, and if they've jumped the gun and made queen cells on me, then today is the day. I'm going to be making splits and then crossing my fingers, hoping for the best, and saying adios, see you in 2 months, good luck. But we have a lot of work to do to go through every frame. So that just means I'm going to play some music and go into fast forward mode. But first of all, what I need to do is try to everything that I can to convince them that they have way more space available than what they may actually have. So stick with me, I'll explain that when we get there. But first of all, what I need to do is I need to add some foundation to 5 more of these frames, and we're going to checkerboard some foundation and some starter strips in a couple of more boxes, one for each. Okay. Now, these sheets of foundation are wired and they have hooks that make it very easy to attach them with or without the tack strip. I'm going to use the tack strip. But there's a groove in the bottom of the frame. Just have to drop this in to that groove, and then these wires sit up along the top. There's a ledge there. I can just take my tack strip, and that holds in and pinches in all of those wires simultaneously. Okay. And it doesn't get any easier than that. Now this is where a little bit of the judgment calls come in, because I've got 5 pieces with full sheets of foundation, and I've got in a box down here 5 frames that have starter strips and wire. So normally I like to checkerboard that, alternate it across, but I know that I've already added a top box here. This is extra on both of the colonies, and they're not really working that yet. So what I'm gonna do today is my goal is to look at the top couple 2-3 boxes on both of these, and I'm going to determine which one has drawn out comb but not a lot of honey. If I can find one that has drawn out combs and not much honey, I'm going to pull that entire box and I'm going to move it down in between my 2 brood boxes, because both of these have got 2 deep brood boxes. So I'm going to move it in the middle. I'm going to move one brood box up and move the other one down there if I have drawn comb up here. And what that's going to do is they're going to say, oh, we've got extra room here, there's no room to, or there's no reason to swarm. The queen has lots of places to lay, because as I explained before, what happens is the queen is going to start laying one of these boxes, and when it gets full of eggs and brood, she moves to the next one, and eventually she runs up and she finds honey. And once she finds a whole box of honey, she assumes that that's the top floor. She doesn't want to go up any higher. So even if I have 2 empty boxes on here, if this one, which I think it is, this one is all honey, the queen is going to be convinced that she's only got these 10 frames to lay on. So if she packs these out and doesn't have any place else to go to lay eggs, then that's going to trigger them to swarm, and I'm going to lose my queen, I'm going to lose half my bees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find drawn comb, put it in the middle between my two brood boxes here, and then I'm just going to add an extra frame or an extra box of alternating starter strips and foundation to the top, and then I'm going to strap them back down, lock them in, and I'm out of here, because then they'll have plenty of space. The queen will have new wax to lay in, they'll have new room for honey storage, and that should get me by for the next 2 months. So I'm going to put my veil on, grab the hive tool, and start going through these. I'll set this up so that you can watch, but we're going to go fast forward until I find something interesting. And as soon as I find something that's out of the ordinary or extra cool, then I'll explain what I find. I think this box is a really good candidate to move downstairs to become a brood box, because it's got a little bit of food, it's got bees on it, and it's all drawn comb. Some more weight here. Weight is good. Oh, there's our queen. There's the queen right there. She's on the bottom of this frame, and I just caught her laying eggs in here. That's okay, I don't mind. She can do that if she wants. Alright. Just means she thinks she's running out of room, and she's moving up into a honey frame. As long as I don't see any queen cells on the bottom, in the bottom two boxes, we'll be in good shape. I can put another box under this one for her to lay in. This is, oh my gosh, so heavy. All honey on both sides. We are full of beautiful pearly white brood over here. I'm not sure if you can see that. I'll try different angles. So there are no queen cells in here. I found one and I crushed it. It was empty. This other one, the same, found one and I got rid of it. Checked it, it was empty. So what I'm doing is, this is drawn comb and a little bit of honey and some just empty comb. See, all empty. There's no babies on here. There's no honey in here, or very little honey in here. So I'm going to add this in the middle to the brood chamber. And now I'm going to put my other brood box on here. Alright, and now my box with the queen and all the honey will go here. All I've done is, instead of having brood on the bottom, brood on the top, I've put brood, empty, brood, and now this one is honey, and the queen is actually up here. So now the queen's not going to go up because there's a lot of honey on the top. The queen's going to go back down, and when she goes back down, she's going to find a lot of room to lay babies. So in here, so she's going to go from, she was right around in here, she's going to go through this one, and then when she works her way back down here, she'll find a lot of room for babies. I'll put one here. Okay, this is where I was. So now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes, and I'll put a 6th box on. All right, and this one, this box here is foundation, drawn comb, foundation. So with any luck, we'll get a lot of honey in there. And then this one is a loose starter strip. Slide that back down in there and kind of crush it. Hope that it sticks. Okay. Alright, just put that in there. So now we have 6 boxes, but this box and this box are empty. Only one drawn comb to get them started. Okay. Now we repeat the process on the other one. We got to go all the way to the bottom looking for queen cells. Let's do it. This is hive number 2. We're gonna find, wow, this is weird. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. I just put another box on here, and it was just foundation and starter strips up here. But these bees, this is why you get more than one beehive, because they will act differently. And these are the bees that are more likely to get upset than my other ones. And the other ones were even getting grumpy. Alright, well these bees are up. See how they're hanging? That's how they start to make wax. They use gravity, and they'll hang there and start to draw that wax out. Oops. Off of those starter strips. And that's really cool. So these bees are making some progress. And check this out. Brand new foundation, and they are drawing wax. The other bees are not in the mood really to draw that much wax. These are really getting after it. There's no eggs or anything, and no stores up here yet. But that'll come soon enough. There's a piece of wild comb. They're cleaning this up. They're actually removing the parts that they don't like, and they're cleaning the parts that they do. And they'll soon have that attached at the bottom. And there's a little bit of honey in here. Just a couple of drops. Nothing to get excited about. But it's cool that the bees are already up here in this top box. Once again, see them festooning over here, drawing wax, and they've started to draw that starter strip down all the way across. They are really getting after this new wax. Wow. Over here, they've already drawn this frame out, and they've started to fill it with nectar. So yeah, this is becoming a honey frame already. So anyway, let's talk about this colony here for a minute. My GoPro overheated again. So what we're looking at is a brood chamber on the bottom. That's a deep. This was the drawn comb from the top that they were already working on. I took the bees, the drawn comb, moved them down here. My queen is on this brood box. So when she decides to move down, she's gonna run across a whole lot of open real estate. That's gonna hold off swarming for a while. Then we've got 5 frames of honey in here, and it might be mixed with a little bit of drone comb. Then we have 5 more frames of honey up here, mixed with some drone comb. Now, my plan was to add 1 box, but that other colony, they hadn't touched their the last box that I gave them last week. They haven't touched it at all. This colony touched it, drew it out, and has already started to put honey in it. And they're crawling with drones. If anybody is getting ready to swarm, it's this colony right here. They need space. There are drones everywhere in here. This colony needs space. I'm going to add 2 boxes, another 10 frames, and these are starter strips. It gives them a little bit more to do. So there's 1 box. Oh, it's got 1 foundation. All the rest of these. Oh no, it's going to have 3 starter strips. 2 starter strips, 3 foundation on there, and addition to that, I am going to give them one more box. Oops, daisy. Now they've got an extra box, and this one is just 5 with starter strips. Whoops, and 1 tack strip that fell down. I'll have to fix that. Don't need that falling out. So anyway, that is going to give them a lot to work on and a lot to do while I'm gone. So they are going to have 3 extra boxes to work with. They're going to have 2 extra honey supers up on top to draw comb and to try and store honey. Then they've got 1 entire box in the middle of their brood chamber that they can finish drawing out and then lay brood in. Now, some experienced beekeepers are going to call me crazy and say that, why am I putting a medium in between my 2 deeps? Now, if I cause them to do something bad, then that's on me. But here's the method to my madness. What I'm expecting is that I'm going to be gone for 2 months, and while I'm gone, the queen's going to have every opportunity to be very quiet and very methodical and find those medium boxes in her brood chamber. Then when I get back, if there are eggs in there, I'll be able to take that entire box, move it aside, introduce a new queen, and presto, I'll have splits. So I want to split using my medium boxes if possible, but I don't mind making a split with a deep if I have to. But this will give me an opportunity to get brood, possibly in all stages by the time I get back. And wouldn't it be nice to just be able to come along, grab a box, and basically have a 5-frame nuke that I can put on another stand and introduce a queen and have another colony going like that. So wish me luck. I have a lot of work to do tonight. Getting these strapped down again, that's easy. But let's go pack and get ready to go, make sure I'm all organized. And then I'm off to the US. I will be continuing to vlog, and I'll make videos in the US for the duration that I'm there. And then we'll be getting back into this, and I'm excited to get back here and have another harvest and to see how much honey we can pull when I get back. So stick with me, don't go anywhere. Remember, I'm Brent, this is Beekeeping in Paradise. And remember, wherever you are in the world, if you've got bees, you are definitely beekeeping in paradise. Be well, be safe, be kind. God bless. I love you all.